Imagine you're Luis Figo. You played for Real Madrid, Barcelona, you won the Ballon d'Or, you captained Portugal. You've lived it all. And one day, in an interview, they ask you about Messi, not about Cristiano, your countryman, the icon who defined an era for the national team. No, they ask you about Messi, and you, without hesitating, say, if Messi had been Portuguese, we would have already won a World Cup. Boom. What just happened? Did Figo just pick Messi over Cristiano? Did he just say Leo is more decisive than the all-time leading scorer in international football? Or is he simply acknowledging a truth that many people think but few dare to say out loud? That line isn't minor. It's not some hallway comment. It's a statement that shakes the entire world of football. Because it doesn't come from just anyone. It comes from one of the most elegant players the 21st century has ever seen. It comes from a Portuguese legend who shared locker rooms with icons, who witnessed Cristiano's rise, and who knows what it means to carry a national team on your back. And yet, when it comes to imagining the World Cup that never came for Portugal, Figo doesn't think of CR7. He thinks of Messi. In the video, you can hear it clearly. No detours, no diplomacy. There's admiration. And there's a kind of resignation too. Like he's saying, that's what we were missing. We were missing a Messi. And honestly, who wouldn't think that? Messi won the World Cup with Argentina, yes, but he did it as the emotional, tactical, and spiritual axis of that team. He did it under pressure, with age, with everything against him. And he did it the way the great ones do, quietly, with goals, with assists, with leadership. Figo goes even further. He talks about leadership. He says Argentina has a World Cup because it has Messi as its leader, and that Portugal doesn't have that. Doesn't have that? Didn't it have that with Cristiano? Is he saying CR7 wasn't that kind of leader? The question hangs in the air, and it's not easy to answer. Was Cristiano decisive? Yes. But was he the emotional leader Messi was in Qatar? The one who united the group? The one who went down to the locker room when he wasn't playing? The one who faced every moment head on? The point lands harder. Figo doesn't hold back. He says it outright. Messi is the best. And he says it without needing to compare, without needing to tear anyone down. He says it like someone who's seen everything and knows how to recognize the unrepeatable. Because that's what Messi is, a player you can't replicate, a player you can't explain with statistics alone, a player who isn't measured by goals, but by moments, by what he creates, by what he transforms. Figo talks about legacy, about how Messi, even today, remains the ultimate reference point in world football, about how his impact goes beyond the pitch, even while living this chapter out of Miami with 2026 on the horizon. And that's where the comparison with Cristiano becomes inevitable. Because while CR7 keeps chasing new challenges and competing at maximum intensity, Messi seems to have reached a different dimension, one where he doesn't need to prove anything anymore, one where his mere presence changes the game. Figo is blunt. There's no room for doubt, no room for debate. Messi is the player every team would want to have, and Portugal, according to Figo, would have turned him into a world champion. Is that an exaggeration? Is it a fabrication? Praise without attacking? Or is it simply the truth spoken by someone who knows what it costs to reach the top? And what's most interesting is that Figo repeats the idea. If Messi were Portuguese, Portugal would already have at least one World Cup. He doesn't say maybe. He doesn't say probably. He says already, like it's a certainty. Like Messi is a guarantee of glory. And coming from a Portuguese icon, that carries enormous weight. So what is Figo really saying? Is he choosing Messi over Cristiano? Is he admitting that Leo's leadership is deeper, more effective, more transformative? Or is he simply saying what many feel but don't dare to voice? And here's the part that hits all of us. Because beyond the comparison, beyond the names, what Figo is doing is reminding us of something football often forgets: the human impact. The player who doesn't just score goals, but unites, inspires, lifts everyone around him. The player who makes a very good team look unstoppable. And in recent history, Messi did that. Luis Figo's line about Lionel Messi, if Messi had been Portuguese, we would have already won a World Cup, isn't just a catchy headline. It's a statement that, coming from one of the most respected footballers of his generation, carries symbolic and technical weight that deserves to be taken seriously. This isn't a shallow comparison between two great players, but a deeper reflection on what Messi represents, within a team, within a football culture, and within the sport's history itself. Figo, Portugal captain, idol at Barcelona and Real Madrid, Ballon d'Or winner in 2000, knows firsthand what it means to lead through a series of matches and tournaments at the highest level. His generation, with Rui Costa, Pauleta, Deco, and other talents, came close to glory, but never fully reached it. Then came Cristiano Ronaldo, a physical and technical phenomenon who shattered every individual record and led Portugal to win Euro 2016 and the Nations League. And now, on top of that, to add another Nations League in 2025. Still, the World Cup, the most coveted trophy, remains elusive. When Figo says that with Messi, Portugal would have won a World Cup, he's acknowledging something that goes beyond goals or trophies. He's talking about the kind of leadership Messi showed at Qatar 2022, a quiet, emotional, tactical kind of leadership. Messi wasn't just the best player in the tournament, he was the spiritual axis of a group that became a family. His influence wasn't limited to what he did on the ball. It extended to how he spoke, how he encouraged, how he carried himself in moments of tension. That ability to unite, to inspire, to elevate the collective level. That's what Figo seems to value above any technical attribute. And that raises an uncomfortable but legitimate question. Did Cristiano Ronaldo have that kind of leadership in Portugal? No one can deny his impact, his ambition, his professionalism. But his style is different. More direct, more individualistic, more centered on personal improvement. CR7 is a ferocious competitor, a symbol of excellence, but not necessarily an emotional catalyst for his teammates. Messi, on the other hand, especially in his final stage with Argentina, became the heart of the team. And in tournaments like the World Cup, that can be the difference between going far and touching the sky. Figo's statement also reveals how public perception of Messi has evolved. For years, people accused him of not performing the same with the national team as he did at Barcelona. He was unfairly compared to Maradona, questioned for not singing the anthem, accused of not feeling the shirt. But all of that changed. The Messi of recent years is a mature leader, committed, emotionally present. And his coronation in Qatar didn't just silence critics, it rewrote his legacy. Figo recognizes that, and he does it from a position of authority. There's also a deeper reading here. Figo isn't diminishing Cristiano. He's acknowledging that football isn't just individual talent. It's context, chemistry, timing. Portugal had great players, and still, the World Cup keeps slipping away. Maybe it lacked that kind of figure who turns a great team into a world champion team. Messi, in that sense, represents an intangible factor you can't train or buy. You either have it or you don't. In the end, Figo's statement is an invitation to reflect on what truly makes a player great. It's not just the number of goals or the trophies stacked up, it's the impact they have on others. It's the ability to turn pressure into inspiration. It's the skill of making a team play better simply by being close. And that, according to Figo, is what Messi would have brought to Portugal. It's not a shot at Cristiano, it's a tribute to what Messi represents. What do you think? Is it possible for one player to change the destiny of an entire national team? Do you believe Messi would have been a world champion with Portugal? Or that Cristiano could have done the same with Argentina? The debate is open, and the story is still being written.